good lighting. We do good. We do better than I thought. Okay. Welcome back.
We need a clap.
Oh,
I got it. Here, hold on. It's actually better not to do it like I have a freaking flaccid microphone. It's
Yeah.
better not to do it like in front of ours. It's better to do it in the middle so it picks up on all of them so I can link them down the line. So, ready?
Oh, wait, all three of us?
3, 2, 1. That was
so
good.
good.
That was pretty good. That was
Welcome
pretty good.
back to a cozy episode of TrailBlazers.
Oh, real cozy.
Episode
I have
10.
a
We
blanket.
removed all the loud,
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary, toxic elements.
All the things that were like causing friction.
Yeah, all the friction things.
And the operation's running smoother now.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just really happy that we can really get a nice. We've talked things out. We've got a nice work environment now.
Yeah, I think you're saying. I think it is a nice work environment now.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
like we
Honestly, I could probably hang my hat up. That's how good it is.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think our environment has become. I think when we single out the parts of this operation that isn't, non-friendship based, like we leave
Mhm.
the people that are just friends
You know
left.
when you call pest control?
Yeah,
And like they come and get rid of the things that were like causing you anxiety.
but they leave the stuff that's
Yes.
gonna help.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
they
They
leave-
always leave what's gonna help.
And
Yeah.
honestly, Jimmy,
Like they normally don't get rid of the spiders
Yeah,
because they're good.
yeah,
well, especially the granddaddy long legs.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like we need those. But honestly, Jimmy, as your resident best friend,
yeah.
I feel like I can safely say that this whole operation's better now that we've gotten out the kinks.
Yeah, and it took us a minute.
It did.
It
It,
did.
took
It
us
took
a
us a
while.
minute.
How many
'cause
episodes are we
We
at
had
now?
we're at 10. This is 10.
This is
10?
the
And
inaugural
I will,
10th.
Would I have to say
We
this?
are in double digits, boys.
We're in double digits, and it took us till 10 episodes to realize what our biggest flaw was.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And,
I
and,
have
and
to
I'm
agree.
glad it's gone.
100%.
And I'm glad it's gone.
I am too.
I think, here's the thing. If you get us to 300 subscribers on YouTube,
Right.
the three of us
Mhm.
will
The entire
shave
cast.
each other. The entire
Yeah, the entire
cast
cast.
Of Trailblazers.
of TrailBlazers will shave each other
Mhm.
with horrible, horrible shaving kits we get from Walmart and the CVS.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
those
and we'll shave each other with razors and we'll wax each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be a weird episode.
And then we'll spin a
That's-
wheel to figure out what body parts we will be waxing.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
The wax wheel, wasn't that the whole idea?
It was, and then I forgot what we were doing, so I just kept being like, "Yeah, we'll shave each other," and then I was like, "That's not even a good idea. Why are we doing that?" And I was
And
like,
then-
"No,
It's waxing.
it's waxing,
It's not
and
shaving.
it's gonna be
Is it
yeah.
in 2 weeks that we're becoming mountain climbers and tackling the mountain?
All right, whoa,
yes."
whoa.
But we don't want to give spoilers.
I'm not spoiling. I'm
But
saying
in 2
climbing
weeks-
the
the
mountain.
hike that we may or may not be going on in 2 weeks. Is yet to
I
be
think we
determined.
know we are. I've done all the math for it. I.e., I thought of the three extra things.
I
we
was
have
more
to
like
pull.
just alluding.
Oh,
like we
well,
are
we'll
doing
do it. We'll do it.
but
We're
I
not
was-
going
I
to
was
refer to
like-
what it's. Are you close enough to your mic?
I am.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because I got nervous about it.
No, because it was just the headphones being.
I
weird.
think let's talk about our weeks.
I think I will start off first since this was my spring break.
Mine too.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Don't lie to the audience. It's
You're
okay.
right. I won't lie.
So for my week, obviously we got back pretty late from the concert. So for the audience, I believe we talked about this in the last podcast, but all three of us that were on the podcast, like the three cast members here, the Trailblazers went to go see Avenged Sevenfold live in concert, and
so good.
it
was
was
so good.
It was a blast. Also, boys,
I was deaf for 2 days.
for 2 days.
My left, I don't even know why.
Really?
My right ear was fine, which was the one closer to the speaker. My left ear was blown out for 2 days. Like I had a
Jeez.
bubble in my ear.
Were your ears okay? Because mine were fine.
Mine were
Truthfully.
honestly perfectly fine. Like after the concert, it was a little ringy, but honestly, after our little, was it Shoney's or was it Denny's?
Denny's.
Denny's.
Yeah, we went to Denny's.
After our
And
little,
met that dope ass waitress.
she was so nice.
She was
Very
so
nice.
dope.
Very nice.
She was amazing. But that
Very
entire
nice.
concert was so
I
nice.
feel slightly bad for saying something mean.
Go
What'd
for
you
it.
say about her?
Y'all don't remember?
Oh, I do it.
Y'all don't remember? Do you not remember?
I just remember what I said, which was
No,
so much
it's 'cause
worse.
Because she came up and she was like, "I'm so sorry. I just tripped and fell." And we were like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry." And then she came up again and she tripped and fell again. And as she was walking off, she like stumbled and I turned around and what did I say? I was just like Slippy McFall on my ass over there.
Uh huh.
And
That
I
was
just
something
really
like that.
rude to
It was
her.
something like
I
that,
feel
yeah.
bad.
Well, what I said was arguably so much worse. Do you remember?
What?
About her age.
Oh yeah, because you called her old.
So she asked us to. She made us play a guessing game for how old she was, and just each of us made a round like guessing. My guess was 21, which was her actual age. She was 21 years old. But when she walked away, I said, 21's the best guess for anyone, because if they're younger than 21, then you're like flattered that you think they're older. But if they're older than 21, they're flattered because you think they look younger. In all reality, my real guess was probably 24. And when I said that, y'all just started
My guess
dying.
was 20.
It's cool. I was gonna guess 27,
God
and I'm
damn.
not joking about that either. My
Uh-huh.
genuine guess was 27.
You're bad at looking.
I'm batting.
seeing
I'm
age.
batting. because I don't see age. I see beauty.
Oh.
Is age just a number, Jimmy?
Dude, no.
That,
I thought about that today because I
whoa,
was thinking,
whoa,
no,
okay.
I was thinking about like people
Okay.
dating
Were you?
older than them,
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't want to date someone older than me. I would want to date someone my age. And it's because I saw this TikTok
Absolutely.
where this girl.
What? Sorry, but what classifies as older?
I mean, like older.
because I've
I mean,
dated
like-
people that were like a few months older.
No. I mean, like, I would say like 4 or 5 years older is fine because you're still in that same kind of age of life. But some people I know that are my age or that I know that are older or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, my person is like, 10 years, 15 years older than me. And I think that's kind of a crazy thing in my opinion.
Absolutely.
When you start to get like to my parents' age, maybe it's not as crazy.
Mhm.
You know, like 50 and 60, maybe that's not as crazy. 30 and 40, maybe that's not as crazy. But for me, like 19 and like 29, 18 and 28, that's crazy, man.
So you mean
It's-
literally what the situation I was in like a month or two
Yeah,
ago?
I think that's crazy because you know
Yeah.
what I was thinking about?
No, the reason I didn't go for it was because we were at very different.
Yeah, I
points in
think you're
life.
at such different points in life that's crazy to me. And also, I wouldn't want to date somebody that old because like, why
27
are
is
they
old.
dating me?
Exactly.
True.
Like that is such a red flag to me because I'm like, why do you want to date someone that young? And then the whole thing started because I was watching this TikTok where this girl was like, when a dad says to their daughter, "No son will ever be good for you," society is like, "Oh, that's so cute, that's amazing." But if a mom says, "No one will ever be good enough for my son," you want to fuck him? And I get it. And the TikTok's like, I get it, but maybe we need to think about that. And I was like, yeah, because I had to think about it because I had to think like, I think like obviously like I am no better than anybody else in society. Where if my female friend was like, I'm dating a 29-year-old and she was 19, I'd be like, that's weird and you have problems you might need to work through.
Mhm.
But you telling me you were dating a 28-year-old, you were seeing a 28-year-old, I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even think about it for a second. And then I thought, that is weird and I should have guessed it for
really
another
weird
second. It's
double
it's kind of a
standard,
weird
yeah.
double standard that I had. And I thought to myself, I wouldn't want to date
Well,
someone that old.
that's very common. Though.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
is
and
very
I just
common.
you have to be active about it.
Which this actually reminds me of two different examples that I can
Mhm.
think of off the top of my head of this exact scenario. The first one, which is arguably a little less crazy,
Mhm.
one of my friends, I doubt she wants her name to be said, so I'm not gonna say it, but she recently broke up with her girlfriend, who they've been dating for like a year and a half, and she broke up with her just to get with this one guy. Mind you, she's not even 18 yet; she's only 17. This guy's
Crazy.
like 26.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
So that's just a case.
It's
So
a
we're talking about stuff that's at
full-blown
least illegal,
case.
but
So
still kind
bad.
of weird.
That's
That's
so
a
bad.
case.
You know, this is a full-blown
bad.
case. And the weirdest thing about it is, though, she's defending it with her life, saying
I've met
like,
people like that.
People who get groomed
Yeah.
the groomers tend to be good at getting them to.
To be
Mhm.
like, it's all chill, dude.
Mhm.
No, the worst part about it is, honestly, it's not the dude's fault. Because, no, let me
I-
explain.
The worst part about the O.J. Simpson case was it
He
wasn't even
didn't-
O.J.'s fault.
It wasn't OJ's fault,
Bro.
guys. No, but
Or,
what I
like,
mean
no,
by
that's a
that,
bad example.
There he was holding the knife, and he just slipped, bro.
Well, no,
what I
it
mean by that
wasn't.
is she's been lying about her age for like
Yeah,
years.
see, that's
And
the
she works
thing.
at a restaurant where she bartends, and you know you legally can't bartend until you're 21. So in this, and she has
Mm,
not told the
Depends on
dude.
place.
It's a fancier place.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
You can do it at 18.
but
You
fancy
just,
places they won't allow.
They won't let
like
it.
I
'Cause
just
I've had
know-
friends that do that. They won't allow.
I
them to
have a friend
bartend.
who was 18 who did it at a country club.
Yeah,
but I
see,
guess
that's-
it's different.
And this dude genuinely has no clue about her age because she really genuinely does look older. She looks about 21, maybe even 23 at the oldest, but she's 17.
That's crazy, man.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like the argument of well, she looks older. Like,
I
there's
think-
got to
okay,
be
but here's
stuff
the
that's
thing.
happening in her life that has got to be like, you seem like you're always busy during school times and you're not at
Yeah,
work.
but that's the thing. Though.
That is true.
I will disagree. Not that I'll disagree with you, but I'll be
There's
like,
college though.
there is college, and that's the thing I was thinking about. Is like I think in some cases, like the older party, you have to put it in the shoes of if they look your age. Like I think even generations like just a tad bit older than us, like 5, 6, 7 years. I think they're didn't grow up with as many like popular influences of people around them just being pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably don't think, oh, I really. And plus, once you get older, it probably isn't as deep to know someone's age right off the bat. And so yeah, I'm sure it will come up. And once it comes up, then it's the test of is he a pedophile or not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But before that, it's like he needs to know.
As far as I know, the dude's completely unaware as to her age.
You got to do something about that, man.
I know.
I feel like that's the thing too. Is like nobody's told him.
No.
Like if they've been together for a
They
decent
haven't
amount
been
of
together
time.
for that long. It's been like a
Okay.
week. It's been like a week.
Like a week?
No, 2 weeks because spring break. It's been like 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If at some point somebody will tell him and he will know. Like once it gets a
Absolutely.
few months in, he will have known. And then it's on him.
Yeah.
And then it's 100%.
100% on him. Right
But,
now,
like-
I just kind of feel bad for the guy because
You got to tell. You got to do something.
Yeah,
man.
I
You gotta
do.
tell him.
I know.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you have any ability to actually
Yeah,
tell him,
you
like, that's a
gotta.
thing.
I don't know if
like,
Or talk to
do.
your friend, man.
I tried to talk to her before, but she just will not listen. It's the exact same thing as y'all's co-valedictorian. Except I guess it's slightly different.
No.
She-
Well, no.
The dude unaware, or did he fully
I
know?
think I can't. Okay, so for stuff about our high school with our salutatorian. No, it was co-valedictorian.
Yeah, it was co-valedictorian.
mhm.
She was somebody that I knew, and she would, not to get too deep into it, would go on dating apps and just lie about her age.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't know what her situation is now with the person that she's with now. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
But I will say, funny story was one time, when I was very close friends with her and close friends with a lot of people that she was close friends with, and I talked to her a lot, she was like, oh, I'm really into this dude, but, I think 16 at the time. She's like, I'm 16 and he's like 26, right? Like, it's crazy, right? Like, that 10-year difference is crazy, right? She's messaging with him, and she's like, I haven't seen him yet, but he seems great. Like, he seems like he's the one, right? But then, so he snatched her phone, right? Because she's gone through stuff. We snatched her phone, messaged him being like, hey, I'm actually 16. Like, I am a child. I am not the age I was telling you, right? And the guy was like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. Let me get out of there,
Mhm.
right? I was like, okay, cool. We did our friend a service who can't help themselves because of the mental stuff they're going through. Time to do some other stuff. Like, you just, it's about just, taking that drastic route to not get people in trouble, right? And then a week later, she came up to me and she was like, just so you know, it didn't work. He had a change of mind and now we're together. And I was like,
Damn.
he had a change of mind?
Also, I just like to make
What?
real quick. We're gonna get right back on that. I gotta say, let's be very proud of ourselves. It'll be the first time we don't have to edit out the curse words in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't curse.
I said ass.
I
well,
might have
you
cursed
fucked it
too.
up.
I didn't pay attention.
I said
Dude.
ass. Also, both you and me did it in the last one.
Yeah.
'Cause you said bitch twice. And
This
I said damn.
bitch.
All right, but keep going, Jimmy.
That's it.
That's it.
What was
Oh,
your
I
week
was-
like?
Oh, real
Oh,
quick.
Oh, I got
was-
another story, but
about my week. Just and this is more of a disclaimer too, because I'm sure you can hear it.
Yeah.
I sound a little stupid, especially when I say s's, because
S's.
right now the entire left side of my face is swollen and blistered.
say
on the
Essex,
inside.
Drew.
Ethics.
That
playing
sounds like
that up? Are
ethics,
you
not
playing that up?
Essex.
Ethics.
Are you playing that up?
I'm not.
Oh.
It hurts to do it. I can do it legitly. I just hurt like shit. Essex.
There we go.
Ow. Because I'm biting. Like I have to put my teeth on that part of my tongue where the
Say
blisters are.
slithering snake had sex in
You're a
Essex.
bitch. Just stop.
Well, say
but,
it.
but yeah, so I had an allergic reaction to something and my entire face is breaking out. So if I sound stupid for this episode and the next one, that is
if I
why.
sound stupid, guys.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I wish I was.
Guys.
I've been not able to text my friend about a project that we're working on because they say I suppose a lot when they text. So,
I suppose.
So every time they say "I suppose," I send like the ooh woo emoji and make fun of them, and they'll just stop talking to me for like. And I've done it to a couple other people, and they get really mad. Like they're not happy
Hold
with me
on.
every time I send
Please tell me they don't watch ReZero.
it. No, I don't think they're an anime fan.
Okay, because dear God, if they watched ReZero and still said that.
I got an anime recommendation from somebody, and I wanted to talk to y'all about it to see if y'all had seen
Welcome
it.
back to the anime episode.
Oh.
What was it? Hold on, I gotta.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
All right, let's hear
What's
it.
happening? So I'm sitting, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm sitting there and I'm eating lunch with everybody.
Fucking
And
it up.
as I'm sitting there, I'm eating Subway. I'm chatting it up. There's a girl across me. Wait, side note. Have you guys ever noticed this about me? That I have kind of a bad memory.
A little bit.
I
Bless
kind
you.
of have a pretty short-term memory.
Bless you.
Like it all doesn't stay up there for too long,
Mhm.
especially with people, right? Like I don't remember people's names, talking to them at all, right?
Names fucking
This
suck, but
girl
yeah.
across from me, I have never seen her a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her name, but she's chatting to me and chatting to everyone else in the music center like she knows them. And I turn to my friend after we are all eating lunch, and I'm like, who is she?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, who? And I'm like, well, first off, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. You know who I'm talking about. And they never ended up saying their name, but they're like, yeah, they go to the music center here. They do all this stuff. And the person across me kept saying names, kept saying people that they know, kept chatting it up like they knew everybody. I've never seen this girl in my life. I don't know her name. I don't know nothing. And also, I learned later in that day when I was telling the story about how I didn't know somebody, about how I was bad at names, the guy across from me, the person across from me, was like, well, what's my name? And I was like, I don't know your name. And they were like, well, it's Nat. And I was like, no.
No.
And they're like, what? And I'm like, I know I know a Nat, but I know it's not you. And they're like, who have you been calling Nat? And I'm like, I know somebody I've been calling Nat for months now. I just don't know who. And they're like looking at me like I'm a crazy person. This girl who's doing my hair, and she's actually going to do my hair for the recital tomorrow. I'm super excited about
Mary
it.
told me about
Well, what time's
Um,
the recital again? Just one more time, because I want
What's
to be
up?
there.
It's 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Got it.
8 p.m. It's at the Singleton Center. It's just in the music hall. It's 8 p.m. But dude, straight up, she goes, "What's my name?" I avoided the question because I don't know her name.
Completely
I've
dodged
talked
it.
to her for weeks now. I just forgot it. But we're sitting there eating lunch, right? Eating lunch, chatting. I'm eating Subway. Everyone's laughing.
What's my birthday, Jimmy?
I think as we're sitting there chatting and eating lunch, I know it's March. I know March 2nd.
You got it.
What's mine?
Yes. Yours is October 29th? No, it's
Oh.
October 23rd.
There you go. You had
Okay.
to say it out loud to hear
Do
it.
not ask me what it is. January
January-
18th,
Nope.
No.
22nd,
Nope.
No.
20th,
Nope.
21st.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew it was in. I knew it was early 20s.
Yes. To be fair,
I know
it
yours.
took-
Yours is easy though.
It took me years to learn my sister's birthday memorized. I had to remember it's on D-Day. That's the only way I could do it.
See, my siblings are easy
Yeah.
because Ryan and Samantha is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's why they're such
Low-key,
chuckle fucks.
what day is St. Patrick's Day? I never know what day is St. Patrick's Day. It just kind of happens, and then I move on with my life.
Well, is it always? Is it the type of
It's
holiday
not
where
the
it's always the
same-
same
well,
date,
hold
or
on,
is,
let's
or is
Google
it
it.
like the third weekend
Let's Google
or
it.
something like that?
That's true, because Easter is always on a Sunday for whatever reason.
Yeah, so it's not always the same date. It's like
Yeah.
the same date range.
Yeah, so
Is-
Easter's not on the same date. It's just always on
No,
like
you
the-
know what?
the
St. Patrick's Day
certain
must be on the same date every time because how could it be my sibling's birthday?
You know
Yeah,
what? That's an
actually so true.
excellent point.
Yeah, St. Patrick's
Is the 17th, right?
is a holiday held on March 17th.
Yeah, March
so, yeah, it's
17th.
it's always
Okay.
it's
And
always
then
held on
Matthew-
March 17th.
Matthews is easy, not because it's like a date like that, but literally because I've just heard it. my
Right,
whole
right,
life.
right.
Yeah, I don't know my sister's birthday. I've been trying to think about this entire time, just trying to remember what it is.
Cool.
Do y'all
I
know
I
your parents?
don't know.
I genuinely and I think when I was a kid, I know what months they're in,
Yeah, same.
but I don't know their birthdays,
Yeah,
and
I
I
know
feel
who it
so
is.
guilty
I
about
don't-
it every day. But how can I ask without just being like,
My
What is your
dad's
birthday?
Is January.
my dad's is Father's Day?
So
20
we're
something.
bad family members is what I'm getting
well,
at.
for some kind.
No, because
So-
like I know when it's coming up because they talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. They talk about it. We know.
Yeah.
So we're
Also, it's on my
in-
calendar. I could look,
Yeah.
but I just don't.
So we're eating lunch, right? And
Uh-huh.
we're eating lunch, and we're talking about how nobody in the music department. We're trying to decide who in the music department is the most stable, well-adjusted adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can't figure it out for the
You're
life.
looking in the wrong department.
We
dog.
can't figure it out for the life of us.
That's probably
Not
so
even
true.
just of students. We're thinking teachers.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're like,
yeah, you're
we
looking in
can't
the wrong
do it, man.
department.
We randomly find that my friend Kwame is, we're like, he's probably the most stable and well-adjusted. But we were thinking of people, and I made a joke about how, but we basically one of them was like, so are we talking like on the spectrum? And I was like, no, I think we're just talking about like stable and well-adjusted. And as I say that, right, my friend Ethan goes, well, Jimmy, you're autistic. And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, you're a little autistic. I'm like, no, I'm not.
But I mean,
He
he's
goes,
right though.
Has no one ever told you that? What?
But Jimmy,
I'm not
we have
autistic.
told you that.
Stop saying that. Stop saying. So then I told him that Baldwin and basically just Baldwin gaslit me for a year that I was autistic. Like just kept trying to tell me I was autistic.
I'm
and then the
not
whole
trying to
table-
tell you. I am
Stop
telling
doing
you.
That. Stop doing that. I'm not
Yeah.
going back to that.
I will say it's also a thing that like I get if it's like an inside bit between y'all and it's all like in reality all fun and games, even
Oh,
if
yeah.
it makes you like a little bit weird, but like you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff.
No, I understand.
Oh yeah,
like-
in private. I've never done it in public.
No,
It's
yeah.
all in
he's-
private.
They're not screaming in public.
No,
Look
I
at my
know.
autistic friend. That's weird.
it's just also like I don't know it trying to diagnose other people and then people like self-diagnosing and then
No, I'm
talking about a condition that they aren't diagnosed
Yeah,
with
no,
and
I'm
stuff like that. It's just
I'm sure my friend Ethan was just trying to fuck with me
right.
or whatever, but he said it pretty seriously. He was like, no, I mean it. And I'm like, are you trying to like fuck with me? He goes, no, like you probably are. And I was like, I'm not. And everyone was like, haha, laughing. And my other friend goes, I mean, well, you have ADHD though. And I was like, no, I don't. What are we saying? And they're like, well, look at you. The way, okay, to defend what I was doing, everyone was eating, and I had finished eating, slumped down, pulled my sweatshirt up above my nose, and was just laying with my arms in my hoodie, like nose up, being like, I am not autistic, and I do not have ADHD. I was just laying in a weird position, talking to people who were sitting up, looking down at me. She just said it with such conviction. She was like, well, you have ADHD. I was like, no, I don't. I've never told you that. She was like, well, you tell me you forget things all the time and you have a bad attention span. I was like, that doesn't mean what are you talking about?
And anyways, if somebody wants to treat their shirt like it's their foreskin, it's more power to you. It doesn't have to be an ADHD or autism
You know what I
thing.
just remembered?
Oh boy.
Dear
Speaking of
God,
that
what did you
friend,
just
Ethan,
remember?
30 minutes later, we're going into band, right? And we're standing there, and I hear him talking to my friend Lauren, and I hear like Jimmy. So I walk over, I'm like, hey guys, what are you guys talking about? Because it's me, right? Because it's about me, right? And Ethan goes, about your big. And I was like, what?
What?
And then my friend Lauren goes, oh no, he means like strong. And Ethan goes, no, I don't. What? And then Ethan just walks off.
No, I
And
don't.
I was like, this guy's fucking insane. I love him.
God damn.
I love
I love
so
that
much.
energy.
He's chill. He's big chill.
Mm-hmm. Big.
Not strong though.
Yeah, not sure. Apparently, I'm not sure. I'm just big. So.
All right, so
Okay,
here's
but how
the anime.
twinky is
I
he?
don't know how
Oh,
to.
it's the anime.
I don't know how to say it.
Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
I'm
Let me see.
actually. I'm not even shitting you. I've never seen it. Apparently, it's crazy good, and I'm watching it
I'm
tonight.
thinking about.
Wait a
watching
minute.
it
Is that the
tonight.
one
Are you
about
actually?
the pop stars?
Literally, I'm not even joking with you. I literally saw an edit of it while we were setting up the audio, and I thought tonight is the night I start watching Madoka Magica.
It seems crazy.
It
Is
seems
it the
cool.
one about the pop stars?
No.
That's
It's
K-On.
the one. It's the one
What's
about
K-On?
the like 8th grade girls who like.
But apparently, it's like crazy serious.
But like who like get to use like magic and get to use, but then it turns into like psychological horror.
Yeah.
Like
Apparently
crazy.
Putting that on my list.
shit.
You know what you should watch.
And they turn into like world galaxy destroying witches and like reality altering shit.
Can you send me that? I want to watch that shit.
I
That sounds cool as
I'll send it to
fuck.
you.
It's right up my alley.
What is that? What is that?
I still haven't watched
anime?
Made in Abyss. I really need to.
Made in Abyss is. It's okay.
I've heard
Here's
a
the
lot
There's
of
a
great
lot of
things
good
about it.
animes that I just haven't seen.
Okay, but here's the problem with Made in Abyss. I read the manga. There's a lot of just naked children in it.
Oh.
Like a lot. Like
it
showed
in the
pretty
anime?
Going into my mind palace.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Jimmy's traveling. Jimmy's traveling.
Don't say Mind
No,
Palace. It makes me think of Persona. Do
it's
not send me down another
but
Persona
it's
phase.
kind of like implied. Like what they do in the manga, which is pretty much like this is children and sexual and things, and then that's the joke, or that's just a thing that's shown. They basically take that and just water it down, but you can still just feel kind of
the
weird
implied.
in the anime. And that's the problem, is it's such a cool concept, though.
Child porn?
No. No. The whole anime is such a cool concept. The whole anime is such a cool concept, and then like
That might be the best joke you've ever made, Drew.
Man, I was so quick on that shit too.
Man, the whole anime is such a good concept too. Like I can put myself in the world, and then it just
the kids get naked.
the
and I'm
kids
like,
get
"Ah."
naked, and I have to turn it off. Do you know the concept?
I just know that like there's an abyss
Yeah.
that like nobody's ventured beyond. Shut the fuck up, Drew. Shut the fuck.
I know that there's,
I
like, an
saw
abyss.
that in
There's,
your
like, an
And then
eyes.
there are
abyss.
like some maidens.
Yeah.
But like, and then how they interact is like
No,
the
it's
whole.
literally
I just know that there's like a certain amount of like that's like never been explored, and it's like an exploration based type thing.
it's so cool. So the plot for it is there's this island in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there literally is like there's like the rings of it is like an entire town, like an adventurers guild ass town, right? But
Mhm.
literally, yeah, inside is just a hole,
Mhm.
right? And there's different levels to it, and like so the like the reason why it's so interesting to go down, the reason why it's so interesting to explore is because inside it are these artifacts that are just like basically they're just like better technology, right?
Mhm.
So basically, like, there's different, like, whistle colors, like, for how far you can go down. So I can't remember the colors, but it's, like, basic, like, blue, yellow, green, and then, like, black whistles are, like, the, like, best in their field. Like,
So it's like the Adventurers Guild, iron,
Yes.
silver, gold,
But-
platinum,
but-
mithril.
and then there's, like, the white whistles, which are, like, the coolest of the cool, which I'll explain in a second, right? But basically, like, even little kids are going down in there, and that's, like, their job is they're training to it, right? Like, everybody inside. But the thing that
there's
makes it
no
dangerous
labor
to-
like free labor.
Yeah.
That's children.
But the thing that makes it dangerous to go down into the abyss isn't just the monsters and the dangerous and the physical danger, but the farther you go down,
Mm-hmm.
any amount that you ascend at all, be either a feet, 2 feet, you like if I go 50 feet down, even just 50 feet down, right, and try to go back up too quickly, I'll like throw up everywhere and die, and my head will fucking explode, right?
Damn.
And there's a certain point going down wise, if you go down far enough, going up at all, you'll just die. Straight up. And the
Really?
only people that can make it a certain so like it is about depth, and it's the white whistles that can make it like a certain like far down and still make it back up and be like big chillin', right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like fucked up. So like let me explain, right? Let
Mhm.
me walk you through like the cool part
I'm
of this.
just imagining somebody like forcing somebody to go deeper than they can, and then them just having to deal with the reality of them being stuck there.
That's
Yeah.
kind of it, but
Yeah.
there's an extra bit that I'm about to describe. Do you guys care if I just go on a rant about Made in Abyss?
I'm probably
Not
not
at
gonna
all.
watch it after you talked about the child porn, so go for it.
Yeah. so basically this girl, right? Her mom was a white whistle that went missing, right? And all the white whistles also have like cool artifacts. So like her mom's artifact was like a pickaxe, but it had TNT in it. So when it struck, it also hit an exploding strike, so it would like shatter the thing that it hit. Right?
pretty
So
cool.
it's basically like a super awesome like TNT like pickaxe.
I
pickaxe
love
is the word.
Minecraft, yeah.
Efficient pickaxe. But basically, right? So basically, like she finds this
Efficiency.
robot boy, and he's a robot with like rubbery flesh and all that, and his arms can like shoot out on wires and come back. But he can do this thing.
Hold on,
where
is he a
goes,
child?
Yes.
Never mind then.
So you can do this thing where he goes incinerate, and a cannon comes out that just will incinerate anything he points it towards, basically, in like a
All
beam
right,
of
Iron
light.
Man.
And he has like, okay, important to know, you'll find out later, but I'll just tell you now. Every time he uses the incineration, a number clicks down, and it seems like he has and every time he uses it, he passes out for longer and longer after he uses it. So it looks like he's using up his life force, right?
Mhm.
Every time he uses it. So he has a certain number of uses. He learns how to get stronger. She learns how to get stronger, blah, blah, blah. They keep going down, right? And as they keep going down, it's kind of interesting because there's like levels that it's like an underhanging forest. So it's like literally an upside down forest in the abyss that's kind of like a cool, like the way they walk around on platforms hanging from trees, but it's like upside down trees. It's really cool, right? And then
Sounds
there's like a
really
whole
neat.
point where where like the walls get super slick and all of that. So you have to crawl around in the tunnels inside the walls to keep going down and down and down. And again, they can't ascend at all. So
Yeah.
if they go down and like the hill goes up a little bit, they have to pick a different route to keep going down. Because if they ascend up, they'll throw up and like die a lot, right? So they keep going
Die a
down
lot.
and down and down, and they basically go down to the point where they're like, yeah, we literally can't go up. If we go up, we'll die, right?
Hey,
She's
Drew,
trying
can we
to
get a
find
like
her
counter?
mom. What's up?
Okay, Drew, can we get a like
No,
counter?
fuck off. Don't
And
talk.
and we basically they go down, and the reason why they're going down is she wants to find her mom, and he wants to find out why am I from the bottom of the abyss, right? Because he carries with her like a letter from her mom being like, I'm in the bottom of the abyss and come find me, blah 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 blah, right? So they keep going farther and farther down. Here's where the fucked up part gets. They get to level 4 or so, and then they find this girl, I can't remember her name, right? And she's like this rabbit thing,
Interesting.
right?
Makes me think of Beastars, but
And
all
she's
right.
like, I was once a human. We'll get to my fucked up backstory in a minute, right? This is my friend, and it is this corgi-sized blob with fur and like mismatched eyes and mouth being like, that was once and it can't talk or emote farther than what like a baby could emote, right? And she was like, that was once my also human best friend who was also a child. Can you use your incineration cannon, because nothing else will put her out of her misery? Uses incineration cannon, kills him. It's a couple episodes, right? They keep going on, right?
Jesus.
Here's the story, right? One of the white whistles in the bottom of the 4th level, right, which is like called like the Eternal Lake or something,
Mm-hmm.
basically was running experiments on if you dump human beings into the 5th level and pull them back up, what will the force of the abyss do then, right?
Yeah, science.
Turns out what the force of the abyss will do is just turn you into a mush creature that insta-kills you, right? So that
Huh.
insta-kill turns you into a mush creature. So what he decided to do was to 2 best friends in there, lower it down, and try to put all of the curse of the abyss onto just one of them, right? But it left the other one looking kind of like a monster and left the other one looking kind of like a baby monster that couldn't feel or emote anymore, and this is basically brain dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that guy's fucking evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
That guy
Nah,
also
I
has
think
a
he's justified in
daughter
his actions.
that he adopted, so when they go there, it seems kind of chill. So they're like, oh, he has a daughter, maybe he's not that bad anymore. No, he's still just
I mean,
as bad.
that dude from Full Metal Alchemist also had a daughter, but well,
yeah, see,
we know how
so,
that went.
So here's the thing, right? So here, the rundown of it is we also find out, super cool thing, you actually can ascend in the abyss. You just have to have, like, because animals can do it, so why can't people do it? It's because the animals have evolved to have, like, feelers that can, like, find the different pathways to avoid the curse of the abyss. Pretty cool. So it's pretty cool. And the world design's super cool, right?
Mhm.
So
you
this...
so feasibly, like, I'm imagining this is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
strat
yeah,
that they
yeah.
use is they follow an animal.
Yeah, they follow an
Okay,
animal. That's
okay,
literally
cool.
the way. Like,
That's really
she
cool.
literally has, like, a pet, and she, like, follows the pet places, right?
That's really cool.
Right? Cool thing, right? So the evil guy, evil white whistle guy, turns out, why does he keep crushing all of these kids? Super easy to figure out. It's so that way he can brave the curse of the abyss, right? Because what he does is he takes a human being, right? Removes everything they need, but the couple of things they need to physically survive, so all the bones, skin, everything but basically the last couple of their organs and the brain and all that, puts that into a box about the size of a briefcase, and then just uses it like cartridges that he just expends, including his own daughter. And there's like a horrifying scene where he's like drawing lines on her for surgery and all that, and he's like, I love you, la la la. It's fucked up. Like, really fucked up.
Yeah, like damn.
Like,
that makes me want to watch it.
It's really fucked up.
Jesus.
And basically, they end up beating him and all that, and they end up like killing him or whatever. And also, he can like come back to life. It's stupid and it doesn't matter, right? But then out of the little girl's box comes a new white whistle that is given to our main character. For some reason, they don't really explain other than the power of love. Then they go into the final thing.
Friendship
They
punch.
finally go down to like the 5th or 6th layer, whatever is the next layer, and they basically understand when we go down into this layer, there's literally no coming back without us literally dying, right?
Yeah.
They go down into this layer, and it goes into the manga. It is insane. It is, and the art doesn't help because it's one of those manga things where you can't tell what is what in the drawing. It's like, it's one of those drawings that you've seen it. The drawings that are so complicated that you look at it and you can't immediately tell what is what because all the creatures have like 16 different limbs and they're all living in a certain
it
place.
happened once or twice in JJK. It happened a lot in Chainsaw Man, and it happened a lot in
Fucking
what
love
was the
Chainsaw
one?
Man.
What was the one I read online? Fuck, it was.
It's a manga thing because it's
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah.
But basically, there's a community of
One
people
Punch.
that are living there.
It happened in
Yeah.
One Punch when they did like when they
Yes.
did like especially
The Monster Association arc.
Yeah, it's a good arc though. And
Good
I love that
fucking
I
arc.
agree though. I understand. They're cool. So, cool thing about this society that they find, right, is it's all about like give and exchange, and it seems kind of chill, but then there's also like a weird rapey scene. It's not
Oh.
great, and it all just kind of is like calm, but that like kind of like chilling calm until they find like a couple of the elders, and they do some like. But they also find like the daughter of the forest, which is a weird thing that doesn't get explained. And the daughter of the forest wants to kill the forest, but basically,
I can't
if
tell
I
if
remember
this is,
right-
if this show is genuinely this confusing, or if like
genuinely it's this
you're
confusing.
trying to like speed tell us,
Genuinely,
and it's not
it's
tracking.
that, and I also read it months ago.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Apparently, there was a group of explorers who came down to the last level that they're on before. They came down and they had no clean water, and they found some clean water. And I'll try to find the
I
images
wouldn't
later.
drink that.
But it ends up like slowly making them like turn weird for some reason or whatever. But basically, this one little child that's on the adventure with them, she I can't remember if she can either drink the water or does something, but she does something to the point where she is chill, and she can like, the child gets pregnant through like the magic water,
Okay.
and then gives birth, and then I can't remember if the community like eats it. I can't remember, but basically it's one of those stories where like the little girl keeps basically the little girl like is pregnant, and then she turns into like a tree house for all the people, but then her mom is like still a human but also a gunk monster that lives underneath. But then all the residents turn into monsters because they kept drinking the water. But then like one of the little girl's like kids, because she was pregnant, is the monster forest spirit that wants to tear down the whole tree house and all of the fucked up creatures inside. And I was reading it, and then I was like, I would put effort into understanding this, but every few pages there's a naked child.
Question:
Yes.
How many drugs were the mangakas on?
I can't remember.
So many.
All of this will make so much. Hold on. Talk about something else while I reread the chapter.
Like how many?
So
Because it
many.
can't just be one. They can't just be on acid or on shrimp. Like they have to have been like making cocktails of drugs, and then just chugging
I'm
that
pretty
shit.
sure if you were to take a syringe and then draw out some of their blood and then drink it, it would have the exact same effect as like ayahuasca or something.
Yeah.
Like,
And it would have like that oil sheen
uh-huh.
to their blood,
Like
that rainbow like
you would pick it
shine.
up and all of a sudden you'd get a legendary item sound effect from picking it up. Like,
See, because there's characters that are designed like this, and that's a child. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
let me see.
You see what I'm saying? Why is a
Ah.
character designed like that and is also a child?
You can just make
Yeah.
them not children.
Apparently, I've missed a couple chapters because they're in like a whole
Like,
new
why-
place.
How centric is it to the story that they're
Not
kids?
centric whatsoever.
Then why?
All of these people could be adults, and it would be the exact
Then
fucking same.
why?
That's gross. That's
I've
gross.
never understood that
None
about
of it's chill.
some animes and mangas and stuff. It's like you could
It's like Seven Deadly Sins, bro.
You could accomplish the same story. Just make them over 18.
Mhm.
Yes, it makes no sense. It's ridiculous.
Hey.
I hope. Okay. Someone's at the door. Can you go away? We're recording, please. Yeah. So you were saying about manga kids.
Yeah,
some
like
mangas-
why? Like why? Like honestly.
So
like
many-
so many stories can accomplish exactly what they're trying to get across. The plots are the exact same. The only ones that like kind of make sense are the ones that are like slice of life esque.
My Hero. It makes sense for the My Hero
Yeah,
characters
My
to be
Hero,
kids.
or like because but it's not weird. They're not trying to like they're it's like trying to tell like a gritty, hyper realistic, gruesome story, but making your main characters children. Like you don't have to.
No,
It's rarely. Maybe like it's different too if you want to make it like a plot point that there is a kid, right? That then has this brutal thing happen to them, right? But and that's like a driving force for the show or something like that. But that can't be every 3 pages, and that can't be like, I don't know,
Well, no, I think it's
like a kid getting murdered. Like having like somebody's driving force in a show be that their 3-year-old son was killed or something like that. Like you can have brutality and that kind of stuff, but it's just it's you got to be careful.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Made in Abyss's characters being children. The problem is sexualizing those children.
Right.
You could tell the entire story of Made in Abyss and make it about children and have them be like purposefully childish and like highlight the horrors of what's going on and the fact that all these horrors are happening to children.
Right, but just not sexualized.
Just don't sexualize them.
If you're gonna do that, if the goal is to sexualize them, don't make them children. Make them adults. Make them adults because maybe it's slightly less horrific for it to be happening to adults. For like all of the horrific horrors of the manga to happen to adults, maybe that doesn't exactly get the horrific side. But hey, then you still get to get your rocks off, right? Because you get to have adults.
Don't get your rocks off to children. It's gross.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a bad thing. Don't do that.
But for
Right, Jimmy?
Yes. I am still trying to understand. I was dead wrong. Let me keep reading.
Oh?
Oh.
Dead wrong about...
Yeah, what in the hell was going on?
Also,
Oh, okay.
since we're doing this kind of like an animation centric podcast episode, I need to talk about Invincible.
How far are
I
you?
haven't seen.
How
I
far are
haven't seen
you
the.
in
I
the
haven't seen the.
comics?
How far what?
I have not seen
I'm not talking about. Now I can talk
the
about
rest
episode
of
8.
season 2 yet.
Okay. I was about to say
I'm
you haven't
so
seen season
sorry.
1.
I've seen season 1.
Okay.
I've seen the first half of season 2. I haven't seen the rest. That's also something I plan on watching this week.
I'm
You
I'm
have
so
to.
sorry, and then I'm gonna read the comics afterwards.
I'm
That's my
reading
plan.
comics
Jimmy,
actively.
what are you doing tomorrow?
After my recital. Nothing.
After your recital, what
Yeah.
time does that end?
It's at 8. It'll end at some time, and then people will probably want to go get dinner. Why? What do you want to do?
Binge it.
Binge it?
All of season 2.
I have class on Tuesday at like 10.
Never mind.
Oh no, a 10.
The voices. The voices.
voices.
The voices. You do not.
What were you wrong about?
Was I wrong about something? But let me keep reading.
Okay. But yeah, no,
And
I will say I really want. I don't know why I have this like weird mindset when it comes to manga where I just refuse to read it online.
why?
I don't know. I just like having the book.
You purist bastard.
It's not
I
pure
bet.
as- I
no,
just
no, no,
like
no, no,
it.
no, no, no.
I
You
would
probably
do the same
think there's
thing as him.
something.
I would do the same thing as him. The only reason I didn't do that, because I did it for a long time with series, is because there's some series like this series where I start out being like, whoa, this series is so cool, and there's child porn. You have to understand that that's why I stopped buying the books, because then I'll be scratching my skin that I don't have as complete.
See, but I do it with series that is not an issue. Like I collect JJK and Chainsaw Man, and I'm about to start collecting One Punch. And as far as I know,
Let's be honest though.
I
I
think
would.
those are fine.
I would not put it past the creator of Chainsaw Man to end up being a pedophile.
No.
Like
Why?
There's no signs leading him to be that.
I mean, he's a weirdo.
he's insane.
He's a
Yeah, no,
frickin-
but
he's-
every good
frickin'
manga is
weird.
made by a little freak. Because
Yeah.
think about this mangaka right here who made an Abyss. We don't know that they're a freak in any way other than what they've written, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like JJK with Gege, like Oda, like Fujimoto with Chainsaw Man, yeah, they're doing freaky stuff. Their manga, it's silly, it's crazy, like silly stuff. But also at the same time, they've literally shown the world that they're freaks.
Mhm.
So like Fujimoto's a bit of a freak. They're all kind of
But,
freaky,
like,
but
that's-
freaky in a
bit.
good way.
That shit
Freaky
with
in a
his
good
sister?
way. Like
Like
what's up?
that. This is his sister Twitter account that he has
That's
dedicated for his
funny.
sister.
That's
But
really
it's,
funny.
he doesn't have a sister.
But it's really have you heard about that?
I haven't.
Okay, so what
It's
he
so-
did
it
is
is
on
pretty
Twitter,
funny.
he made an account to say, "Hey guys, I'm the sister of Tatsuki Fujimoto, right? I think Tatsuki is his first name. It's Tatsuki Fujimoto, the
That'd be his
author of
family name.
Chainsaw Man, right? What's up?
That'd be his family name. It's family name
Oh.
and then first name, but
Right.
except yeah.
Oh, so anyway, I'm his little sister, right? Love my big brother and all of his work. Then he would post posts being like, look what I drew. And it's just like the most complicated piece of art. And you've seen that good, like, because some of his art is pretty fast, and that's an interesting thing, but I won't get into it. Some of his art is pretty fast, so it gets worse, but when he wants to, he can draw really good, intense, really well drawn art. And that was all the posts on his sister's post being like, look at this, look at that, look at this. And it's just posts of like the most, in his own art style, insane red posts. They're like, Fujimoto, this is you.
By
Are
the
you
way, he's an only child.
He's an only child. He's pretending to be his own little sister on the internet. He also uploaded like
Really
a 15.
fucking funny,
Yeah,
though.
he also
It was
uploaded a
pretty funny.
15 or like some sort of like decently 10 to 11 minute long video of him just sitting quietly trying to levitate. He's a crazy person.
Yeah.
He's a little freak in a good way. Also, I read it. I remembered what it is. So basically, there you. Okay, I was right. No
Did
good
you just
water.
speed read
Yes.
pages
Oh,
of
yes,
manga?
yes. I was right.
Because
I was
I
right.
thought you were like Googling.
No,
something,
no, no.
like,
I
looking up,
literally
like,
just sat here and I
a
just read through
synopsis.
2 or 3
No,
chapters.
but you put your phone down and I was like, those are manga pages. You are speed reading.
So I was right. I was right. I was right. Because
Uh-huh.
you can highlight. I was right.
Yeah.
I was right for the most part. So she doesn't turn into a tree. She'll basically they're down
Those
there.
are the drugs.
They're down
sorry.
there. They can't find any good water. The only water source they can find is a water source that slowly takes over your body and turns it metallic and turns it into another host to a puddle for a water source, basically.
Mhm.
But they just keep drinking it because they have nothing else to keep them going. But this one lady, she never drinks it, right? And she's like, I'm not gonna drink it because I'm just not going to, right? I don't want to turn to this all. Just wait till we find good water, right? They
Mhm.
find this egg, and the machine that they're with's like, oh, that's a wish egg. But the wish egg points for your most primal desires out there, right? But
My lord.
but a man, an adult, can't use it because their minds are gray and have no love. It has to be a child. So they give it to the dying child, whose body limbs are like ripped apart and like stone statues. And the egg goes in her chest. And this is the part where the child sits up and she's just like, Mom, I'm all better now. But she's also naked, so it's a weird scene because it's like, whoa, that's so creepy and hard hitting. But also the kid's naked. That's a weird fucking scene, right?
Mhm.
So then the woman kind of passes out from like dehydration and all that. By the way, the kid's desire was to have a family and be a mom like the way their mom is to them, right? So the last thing the mom sees before she passes out of dehydration, because she didn't drink water for weeks, is her daughter like fucked up monstrous form bleeding while holding this little thing for it and being like, I made a baby. And it's like this little like monster creature baby, right?
Mm.
Mom passes out from dehydration, gets fed some soup, ends up recovering back to health,
Good
finds
soup.
what they've been eating, finds this massive like blob. I'll show you the images. This massive like blob formation that just keeps like making child after child after child. The community's just been eating those children. And then that turns into this, and then
Awesome.
all of those people slowly turn into monsters, and that turns into the monster community that they
Was
find.
that the soup
Made
that
in
she
Abyss.
ate?
Yes, it is the soup that she
Ah.
ate. Made in Abyss.
Good soup.
That's when I stopped reading.
You want to show us the imagery?
Yeah.
That imagery now, and I can put it up.
No, I do not want to
I
put
don't
that
think
on
we
the.
can put
We
that
can't
up.
put it
I
up.
don't want. No, we cannot put that up. It's
Not
fucked
the,
up
not
and
the
weird.
nudity, but the
No,
blob of
Ugh,
children.
I don't want to do that. I
No?
don't want to keep thinking about it. It's weird.
Yeah. All right.
That does sound really
Ugh.
fascinating, though.
Yeah, it's interesting for surezies.
It's really funny to look at the bars and see when we went quiet.
Just 'cause you're the one
Just
yapping.
going like crazy. with
Dude,
it.
okay.
Ah.
Do you know what also is a manga that's kind of like that?
What?
It's Seven Deadly Sins, bro.
Seven Deadly Sins is so
Such-
weird.
Such a good and interesting idea, just for them to be like, and
I
also.
think I've read some of it.
I never read it.
I probably
I'd
also
have to
showed
see
you.
it.
It's also an
I'd have
anime
to
as well.
see it.
But here's the thing: the reason why people dropped it were 2 reasons. One, when it got to the 4th season, the animation quality dropped by like all. And you might be thinking, Jimmy, the animation quality dropped. It was literally unwatchable. Like it's literally like slideshows.
It's going
it's not
from
it's not like a random like what Vald will watch, like random 12-season isekai by a studio no one's ever heard of. At least that's animated or CGI. This was literally like slideshow clip, like literally what like Boruto. Have you ever seen the Boruto clips where they have characters moving up and down to show running on a still background? That was the type of animation they had. It made no sense why they just cut the animation budget for no reason. But also because there's a lot of times where characters just have a weird age gap.
Meliodas and what's her face?
Meliodas and Elizabeth. Meliodas is like a thousands of year old demon king, and she's like 18. And also,
She's
it's
not 18.
implied. It's implied. No, I think she is 18.
Is she 18?
She's
I
an
thought-
adult. She's an adult. but it's implied later on in the series. Don't ever read this. I'm gonna spoil it. It's implied later on in the series that she keeps reincarnating because she's like a magic fairy angel. Like she is an angel and he is a devil. Like that's the whole love story, Romeo and Juliet. But she keeps dying and reincarnating, or at least she reincarnated one time. So they loved each other. She dies and gets reincarnated, but she goes back into a baby. And there's a point.
And this was the gods and the Demon King's curse on Meliodas and her for loving each other.
And she I don't even remember, but that could totally be true. I don't fucking
No,
remember.
I remember this part because I watched the anime up for a while because I watched Wakfu, so bad animation does not affect me.
Dude, but it's good up until this exact line right here. I'll get to it.
But so.
Well, it's not good actually.
It's not good at all. So like the whole plot point, and she reincarnates multiple times.
Yeah.
So they loved each other, and their love ended up like sparking an entire war, if I remember correctly, between the 10 Testaments and the Archangels.
Everything is so cool about this anime
so
up until these couple of things I'm gonna tell you in a second.
And so they loved each other, because they loved each other, and or no, hold on, they loved each other during the war. They met in battle because she was an Archangel and he was the general of the Demon King's army. Like he was like the top ranking First Testament.
Yeah.
And God cursed Elizabeth to die a awful death whenever she meets Meliodas again, and be reincarnated for them to meet again, only for her to die again. And Meliodas was cursed by the Demon King to live eternally. Like he will never die. So he's forced to constantly witness Elizabeth's death. And every single time he dies, he loses a bit of his like soul and insanity,
gets, like,
until he eventually, like, if he were to die enough times, he would become like just an angry, soulless husk that simply does what the Demon King tells him to do.
And here's the crazy part: the scene that kind of turned everybody off, because the other stuff it's not subtle, it's pretty easy to see, but it isn't like so in your face that you can't ignore it. This is, which I'll tell you. But let me tell you the earlier stuff. Where one, there's this guy named Bon, pretty cool. His whole thing is he literally can't die. He's Bon the Undying because he drank like he literally drank the elixir of youth, so he literally just can't die. Super cool. He like just chop off and his head will come right back on. Super cool. He is in love with this girl named Elaine.
I think it's Elaine.
Maybe?
Yeah, I think it's Elaine.
She is one of those characters who's just like, she looks 12, but she's actually 5,000 years old. So that's weird because she's like 12, and they make jokes about her looking 12. So it's pretty self-aware.
It's the exact same thing where it's like, guys, my OC is a vampire lolly who's 50 million years old.
See?
Please don't steal.
See, it's weird.
It's the exact same thing.
There's this guy named King. King, pretty cool character,
King was
has a spear that he can like control with his mind. So it's like he can also fly. So he's like dancing around and walking on the spears. The spear's super cool, and the spear can do all these different transmissions. He's the fairy king. Super cool. He looks young, but it's the way he holds himself and the way the character's kind of drawing. You can tell it's just older, just more of a slimmer man, basically.
He's a twink.
He meets a young giant girl, and she's like
just funny.
6 or 7 years old. And like, because he lives for like forever, time doesn't really, the argument is time doesn't really work the same for him. But he hangs out with her for what he thinks is like 4 or 5 days. It's like the first 20 years of her life until she's like 26. So he's an adult, thousands of year old man hanging out with a child. And then when she's like 26, he's like, I've fallen in love with you over these 5 days. And she's like, I'm an adult now. And also,
it's so
you
weird.
Kind of raised me. And by the way, she forgets that he raised her, but he doesn't forget and still has a crush on her. So that's weird. But then you have to jump.
Then there's also the weirdest part.
Hold on,
Yeah, keep going. There's a weirder part.
You have to jump to Meliodas when the last reincarnation that happens, right? When Meliodas, because they're all like the 7 deadly sins, or like he's the sin of the humans see him as the sin of wrath because he got so angry that he blew up a fucking town, right? That's because she died when that town blew up, and when they found her, he was holding a baby. That's her reincarnated. And someone goes, "Is that a baby?" and reaches out to touch, and Meliodas draws his sword and goes, "Hands off my woman." That's a baby.
That's a child.
You freako psychopath.
One thing I forgot to mention, Elizabeth doesn't regain her memories up until like a certain point, like a few days before she dies. She remembers everything. She has no memory of Meliodas. And also, Meliodas cannot get his hands off her. Like throughout the entire show, it's treated like a joke. He's constantly molesting her.
And it's like that's
and she says, "No, stop! I don't want this." And he goes, "Haha, silly girl, honka honka honka."
And
like
all the
it's
other
weird.
characters treat it as a joke, and he treats it as a joke. It's weird. And let me skip earlier. It's not even. And then they finished the series. Rebooted the series again. The entire thing is cool. Their kids come in, and the kids are called like I don't even know the full idea behind it because I never really learned much more about it. The kids are called like the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's so cool.
It's such
so
good ideas.
Cool. But then this is what I've heard. Do you remember that girl Jericho?
I do remember Jericho. Yeah.
So she liked Bon. Bon didn't like her, right? Apparently, Bon has a kid with the elf girl, right? Who looks like a child, remind you.
Mm-hmm.
They fuck off for some reason, right? And their kid is raised by Jericho, who liked Bon. Bon is like a couple hundred years old at the time. Jericho's like 15 or 16. Just another instance of that, right? Bon keeps being like, "No, I don't like you." And Jericho's like, "But I'm in love with you," right? And that's the joke, right? But basically, Jericho, 16 or 17, raises the child as her own, like a mother, until he's 18 and she's like 36, 40, and then she goes, "You're 18 now." And then a couple chapters later goes, "I'm in love with you." What? What? And it's pretty heavily implied it's because she couldn't get the child's father. He's a freak. He's a freak. And this is sold in Barnes & Noble. Mind you.
God damn.
That was wild. The journey you just took me on.
I genuinely,
Seven Deadly Sins is such a
list you
weird
so many
show.
mangas like this.
Oh
there's
my
one there's this anime I want to watch, and I think it's hold on.
I feel the exact same way about this when it comes to High School DxD. High School DxD is such a good concept of chess pieces being associated with power levels, different demon kings having different abilities in order to fight wars on the grand scale. It's a good idea. However, why is your central thesis surrounded by boobs? Like it's just a hentai disguised as a good anime.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just made me mad because I tried to watch it and it has such good ideas, but it's just kind of ruined by horny.
You know what? You know what's another anime that does that? Which I think is really cool, and it pissed me off because I'll never go back and watch it. No Game, No Life.
Yes,
dude.
Such a good idea.
It's so annoying. The idea is these 2 nerd gamers that are great at every game get reincarnated into the world where humanity is losing to all these other forces, but the only way they can go to war is through like
games, like
playing
board
games and all that. But they're great at board games, so it's so cool. And he does this great speech about humanity coming back, and at the end of the season, like they've established themselves as royalty, and it's so cool. But also at the same time, there's a brother-sister duo combo, and he's like weirdly makes sexual jokes about his little sister, and he's like,
Jimmy, do you remember the PG-13 Paradise? God, that I remember that sometimes, and I hate myself.
Also, there's this anime I really want to watch just because everyone says it's like crazy to watch. This anime is called My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. That's the name of the show. What the fuck?
I don't understand anime sometimes, and I love anime dearly.
This is the profile for it. Dude, look at that. I'm gonna send that to you so you can put it out on screen.
I don't understand anime sometimes, dude. I just don't get it.
It's so crazy. Fuck, man.
And like,
dude.
Let's pivot into a show that does this right. Fucking Food Wars.
Dude, Food Wars slaps.
Food Wars is so good. For no particular reason.
People don't want to fly close to the sun. People don't want to believe what the apostles of the light will tell you.
Precisely.
And want to fold into the devil's darkness and don't want to face the fact
the apostles
of the light will tell you.
You pronounce the T?
Apostles?
You pronounce the T.
Was it apostle?
It's apostles.
Apostles?
Apostles.
Yeah, that sounds lame. Could you imagine being like, "We are the apostles"? You sound like a fucking Australian man.
Yes,
apostles.
You sound like you're talking about lasagna.
Apostles?
Apostles.
We're the apostles. We're the 4 apostles.
We just pissed off our entire Italian audience.
Yeah.
Yep, I try.
We have no Italian fans.
I was about to make a bad
No
joke.
Italian fans.
We have fans?
We have fans at all?
We do have fans.
I have not watched your YouTube videos yet, but I will watch them.
It's
now.
okay. I know they're still sitting at 0 views.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna watch them though.
It's okay.
For sure. I'm gonna post them on my Instagram and be like, guys, why isn't no one watching this new up and coming YouTuber?
After 4 videos.
No matter
Let's
how
get
big,
Markiplier to
no
tweet
matter
you.
how big you might ever get, Drew, I will still enter your chat being like, guys, maybe we should watch this new up and coming YouTuber. He's been really popping off
Guys,
lately.
let him cook.
Let him cook, and I will keep saying your full legal name in your chat every time. It's really funny.
No, but Food Wars, going back to fucking Food
Yeah.
Wars. Food Wars is just genuinely so good. And mind you, do I understand why whenever someone eats, I don't know, an Eggs Benedict, their entire clothes just rip off from their body as
Dude.
they do a Sailor Moon style transformation while describing the umami of the egg?
Dude, but it's so good.
It's so good, though.
Dude, it's like about, for people who don't know, it's about like this guy who's like going to cooking school and he's really good at cooking.
He's really good
And
cooking.
And everyone else is really good at cooking. And then like all the other characters have to like fight each other in like cooking battles every week. And
Mhm.
it is kind of like Monster of the Week.
Oh, it's
It is
absolutely
kind of
Monster
of the week being like, who will he go up this week and what is their cooking style and why does he win? But he's really good. And there's also this whole part where he has to take down like the top 10 cooking masters and all
The
that.
student council, I think it
Dude,
was.
the
something
student
like that.
council, literally, it's just so good. It like is genuinely really. I think they're coming out this season 5.
Are they?
I hope they are.
I gotta hope
I
they are.
hope to God
But
they are.
honestly, the entire show is nothing but a tournament arc, but
Literally.
for food. It's
Literally.
literally just one massive
Literally, and
tournament arc.
it's really good. it's really good.
fucking good.
Oh, so real quick, this is off topic of the
Yeah.
whole anime thing, but the reason I was just looking down at my phone so concerned
Hmm.
is because my boss just texted me. Apparently, she texted me on Friday and I didn't read it.
Oh
There's
no.
apparently like some online work that I have to get done, and if I don't get it done by like tomorrow,
Oh shit.
I get terminated.
Oh my God!
What
Really?
the fuck?
What? What work could that have been?
I don't even know. I think it's just some like trainings,
Gosh. All
some
right.
new trainings that I have to do.
Is this for like your new job? And they're just gonna terminate you at
Oh wait, no,
No,
your
ignore
new
me.
job.
No, like the new job at the new position at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
okay,
I'm talking
okay,
about.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to wrap it up now?
What are we at?
I mean, I didn't play for like 10 minutes, and we're at like 50 minutes or so now.
I think we can talk for a little.
Oh,
longer.
okay, that's fine,
I
fine.
just want to be at an hour.
Yeah, okay.
I just don't want to be under.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest. The less I talk,
Yeah.
the more like used to not moving my mouth gets, and then when I start talking again, it hurts really
Oh,
fucking bad.
oh.
So the fact that I was just like listening to your stories. And
Is it a
stuff-
good hurt or is it a bad hurt?
No, it's fucking bad.
Dude,
It's not because it's not like the good kind of pain where like you can get even a little bit of enjoyment out of it, because it's like so like it's not bad. It's not like really really intense pain. It's just like like you have a rock in your shoe, right? And it's stabbing your foot right at the right angle, or like you like have an ingrown toenail, right?
Yeah.
Where it's that just constant kind of pinching pain.
It's
And then when you move your toe the wrong way, then it hurts really bad.
just painful enough for it to be annoying.
Right, and then or like you kick something by accident and then it hurts.
You ever stubbed your toe with an ingrown toenail?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, don't even get
It's-
me started.
It's the worst feeling in the entire world, and I stand by that.
No, I disagree.
Mm?
Because I have had my head smashed open before, and
I've also had a
and I've
titanium rod shoved in
Yeah,
my
and
chest.
I've had a needle shoved in between the broken skin of my head to numb it.
Yes, there's more painful things. However, no feeling is worse than stubbing your toe with an ingrown toenail.
And that's the same argument.
Yep.
I will also argue neither of you have what I have, which is called Oshkoslokins, which is that thing in my knee that's like that bump right there because
Yeah.
of ingrown bones. It still hurts, but if you hit that bone directly, it is like an ingrown toenail stub on 1,000
Ugh.
because it is like the plate in my bone getting hit.
I learned what I did to my elbow.
Oh, what'd you do?
Is this something we talked about on podcast?
I
or
can't
was
remember.
this so long ago that it didn't
literally
end
can't
up getting
remember.
aired?
We
No,
probably
it was
talked
not- I
about it,
think
but
it was
it's
so
not
long
on there.
ago.
Because it was
so
during
long ago
Thanksgiving.
it was so long ago that the couch was still at this angle, and
Yeah.
we were on a
Mhm.
single couch with two
So-
chairs.
It was an
Yeah.
awful setup.
It was. I think so. For context, we went on a like a vacation trip with my whole family for Thanksgiving to Cancun. It's a thing. Like we try to get to go. We get to go to like something like that every 3 or 4 years.
Mhm.
And it had been like 4 years since our last big trip. So we went to Cancun, and while we were there, we went to this water park. And I was chasing my cousins around, and like we were playing tag or hide and seek or something. And I like slipped and ate shit, but it was on a section that was like that rubbery bouncy ground, and every part of me hit the rubbery bouncy. So I didn't brace because I was like, oh, this isn't gonna hurt, right? I didn't brace at all. I was like, this isn't gonna hurt. This is rubbery ground. I'm just gonna hit the ground and then stand back up because I had fallen a few times. There was the metal structure of the like actual like slides and stuff, and at the bottom there was a little like the pole came to the ground, and then there was a cylindrical metal base with big ass bolts, and my fucking elbow in between my elbow bones hit the bolt like with my whole fucking body
It
weight.
sounds like you're just unfortunate.
It was really fucking unlucky. I will say it could have been worse. Because if my arm wasn't there and it was like over here, my head would have fucking hit it.
Yeah.
So like my head hit my arm, so I like kind of like both my head and my body weight like fully pushed into my elbow, which pushed into this, and like I knew I was fucked because my whole arm went numb, like instantly. Like it went. It didn't hurt. It didn't even feel tingly. It went numb. I could not feel my fingers, and that lasted for about an hour. Then it started hurting. Then it felt like every movement felt like lightning going up my hand. It was like that even on
Like
the
a
plane
really, really
ride
bad
back.
asleep leg.
Yeah, but it was like painful. It was like painful going up my fingertips, and then like my entire left side of my depending on how you look at it, looking like this entire side of my hand was numb for like weeks.
So what did you do?
I figured out what happened. I had a micro fracture in my elbow
Ugh.
that like I should have gotten checked
you
out.
should have gone to a doctor.
I
really
should have
should
gone to a doctor.
And guess what? That's what we all
We
told
all
you to
told
do.
you
Yeah,
to go to a
y'all did.
doctor.
But now it's healed,
Yeah.
so they would have to re-break it to
Mhm.
fix it. And because of the position it's in, they would have to re-break my whole fucking elbow, and that would be more
Yeah.
damage than it's worth.
Yeah.
Does
right?
it cause anything right now?
Yes. So what it means is that if I hit it again, it shatters, and I might lose like function of my elbow.
Should probably
Yeah.
get that checked
So
out.
like, but I also like if I rest on my elbow the wrong way and I like something hits like in between those bones, like the lightning comes up and my hand goes numb for that day. Yeah. So like I fucked my arm. Like I fucked.
Go
You should
to
wear an
the
elbow pad for
hospital.
the rest of your life.
I probably should. Like unironically.
And I'm not saying that to be like that's so kooky and zany. I genuinely, if I were you, and my options were wear an elbow pad for the rest of my life, or go let them
Lose function.
re-break my arm, just wear an elbow pad for the rest of your life.
Like
It
it's.
can't be. You could incorporate into your style. It can't be that bad.
I could wear just like the skater boy.
Yeah, I'm-
You
I'm
could
not
also
even joking
just
with
have
you.
an elbow
I
pad
know.
underneath a long sleeve
No,
shirt.
just like I could get like a
Like,
compression brace, something like that.
No, I'd get like a hard elbow pad. That's what
Yeah.
I'd get. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
No, so that it sucks ass. It like actually sucks. I like
God.
because I didn't think it was that bad, right? I like honestly didn't think it was that bad because like I could still move my shit,
Right.
right? Like but it's not the same as breaking an arm.
Mhm.
Like
No.
fucking up your elbow because it's a joint. There's so many moving
Nerves.
pieces and like nerves and stuff, right? So like it what happened was I also a bunch of fucking nerves are dead. That was
say.
obvious. Like me touching my elbow right here, I can fully feel it and
Mhm.
stuff. But like here, like I can feel it on the outside. The second I get to like these bones, it's gone,
God.
Mm.
and it's just like I can feel my thumb like pushing up against my
You can
shirt.
feel
but
the
nothing
pressure,
past
but
that.
not-
Yeah, exactly. But nah, it sucks ass. It like actually, I am now worried about it. But they did the reason I got it, like they told me about it, was because I went to go get my chest checked out.
Yeah.
And for one of the chest X-rays, I have to hold this bar like this, and and then I have to hold it like this so they can get the side. And when I was holding it like this to the side, and they saw the X-ray because it was on this side, and they looked at my elbow and they're like, "Have you broken your elbow before?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I've ever broken it." And they were like,
Yeah, you have.
it looks really like poorly healed."
Oh,
And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "It looks like you broke your elbow and didn't get it checked out." And I was like, "Oh." And then he looked closer at it. They took a separate X-ray, and then it's fine.
Mm.
dude, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Although I
Like,
gotta
I'm not that worried about it because he said that where I broke it was like a 1 in a million
Oh,
chance
okay.
that I hit exactly there. So it happening again is rare, and I'll just be
Right.
really careful.
I
About
gotta
it.
say
Yeah,
though,
okay,
Drew, you are getting more and more like a Dark Souls boss by the day. Because
You
if
have
we
the
were to
little
fight you,
hitbox?
you now have 2 weak spots.
That's actually
Like-
so true. I thought about that. I was like, if I ever have to go to war with Drew, there is a Dark Souls like timing hitbox that I have to punch to do actual crit damage.
I know.
Like-
yeah, I'm gaining like freaking Shadow of the Colossus weak points.
Exactly. Like the Doom Eternal Demolish
Yeah.
system.
Dude,
Oh my fucking
dude,
god.
the first time I ever learned about the fact that they break bones to heal them better was
The fucking Fallout system. It's 100% on my elbow and chest. Like you hit anywhere else, it's like 60 or below. But like you hit my
Holy
chest or
shit.
my elbow,
Oh, that's
gone, dog.
dude.
Drew,
Yeah.
you should get what, like, buffed. I mean, like, beefy,
Really
like
buff.
Sam Sulek level
Yeah.
of just
Yeah.
buff, so that you can be legitimately just a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
straight
I
up.
will say too, no matter how jacked I get, even if I get a bunch of muscle in front of my chest, I
It'll
still
still-
barely have a fucking sternum. So it's like, yeah, you just get a good old.
Yeah, it'll just be like Yuji Itadori. I'll hit a black flash
You know what's actually
right to
funny?
your chest.
My doctor explained it really well on how my chest works.
He goes, if Jimmy hits a black flash to your chest.
No, he said, like kinetic and potential energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, think about it like this: we put the bar in so that your bones would move. Your bones have moved; they're not gonna like move back by themselves. But we also moved your muscles and all of the tissue and muscles and everything else that was around those bones. And those want to go back to how they were for the first 16 years of your life, right? So they have that elastic tension that we put there. Now, you need to work those out and gain strength in them, because if they fail, it's just going to snap back down.
Oh,
So,
dude,
like, I have an
I would-
active bear trap.
You're a
in my chest.
living spring trap. Holy shit.
I would literally, let's do one more camera recording. I would literally punch Drew so hard that the manga panel, when I hit him, I would hit him so hard that it would be the impact. Then the next panel underneath would show the X-ray inside of his chest folding in. That's
Just-
how
it
hard
would,
the hit would be.
It wouldn't be like an X-ray,
No,
but
no,
you
no,
would
no.
see like the like
You'd
you know when they like
You would see, like, a
when someone
side-
gets incinerated and
Yeah,
it like
you'd
goes
see,
down
like-
to muscles and like
Yeah,
tissue,
yeah, yeah,
muscle,
yeah, yeah,
bone.
yeah, yeah,
It would
yeah.
just show the muscles
Yeah.
like snapping.
All
Oh
the
my
way
god!
I'm imagining exactly like we punch you in the chest and you're just lying on the floor. Michael, don't leave me here.
Don't leave me here, Michael.
Exactly
The
like
first-
that.
Okay, so the first
Dude,
time I
it just does make the it makes the
Literally
spring
makes
lock
the spring lock.
suit sound. Just ka-chung.
that is
You
still,
bet. If that ever happens, you better say I always come back
Please-
before you
please
die.
do. Please do.
You
That
always
is
better do that.
one of the funniest things is walking out of that movie, walking out of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with Valdwin, and Valdwin going like, I was like, so is that like anything like the games? And Valdwin's like, what? I was like, this is the first piece of Five Nights at Freddy's like media I've ever consumed. I've
God
never
damn.
played the game.
That
unless
is-
you count like MatPad's videos on it, I've
Which
never
would not
Not
I
count.
really,
know
no.
nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Also, I want to give context because I realized I was just talking about my chest, but I didn't even say what condition, like, or what it is.
Yeah.
So I
It's virgin syndrome.
it was for a while, but I thought I got cured on that.
Yeah, well, it always comes back to bite you.
It-
Just like
I
the
do,
priest.
just like I do. I always do come
Please
back.
just talk about your chest.
But so I have a condition called pectus excavatum, not a Harry Potter spell. It is a legit thing. It's what Ludwig has. Man, what's up?
I'm trying to think. Speaking of Harry Potter, the worst minute of acting you can ever find is in Harry Potter in the Goblet of Fire, so the fourth movie, and Cedric Diggory has just died, right? And I think I've seen someone talking about this, and I watched it, and it's so fucking funny. It's my version of like just a horrible scene that could have been so great. And the guy runs over, and he like just like seen it, like it's Cedric Diggory, and he like dies, and Cedric Diggory's father runs over, and he's like, my boy,
Yep.
my boy is dead. And it's like this heart-wrenching thing. And like Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe is like, he's back. The Dark Lord is back. And it's just his fucking Grady British voice just cuts through that scene and ruins the
No,
entire
hold on.
tension for
Speaking
me.
of Daniel Radcliffe, you just unlocked a memory for me. Do y'all know what Swiss Army Man is?
I should, because you've talked to me about it before.
Have I talked about Swiss Army Man before?
But I don't remember.
Describe it.
It's a movie where Daniel Radcliffe's corpse is used as a anything tool.
Yeah, you've talked to me about this movie before.
I thought you were gonna talk about the movie where he had guns bolted
Oh no, that's
to his
Guns
hand.
Akimbo.
some
That's a
weird
fucking
movies.
good
And then
movie
he
though.
also there was the one where he was a demon
Yep.
with
Yeah,
horns.
yeah,
Can't remember the name of
yeah.
that one, but
I
know
don't
exactly what
remember.
you're
Like
talking
about.
he's done some like
He's done some weird stuff after Harry
weird
Potter.
ass movies. I will say I fucking respect it though.
Yeah.
Because he has
Mhm.
said that he only does movies that he would watch and he would be
Yeah.
interested in. So I respect the shit out of
It's
it.
like, I love these movies, man. I don't know
Yeah,
what to
it's
tell you.
like-
I sit down,
like-
I watch my own movies to go to sleep.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't like action movies. I don't like the like rom-coms. I want to make some
I wanna
weird
make
movies.
weird shit. And I'm
Like
like,
he's like,
fuck,
you know
man,
those
that's
movies
cool.
you watched from the early 2000s that had like $2 for the budget? Those are my shit.
Yeah, I love those
We
movies,
need-
I want to
man.
make those with a bigger budget.
Oh, fuck.
We need to
Yeah, it's
watch
really
Dude,
cool,
Where's
actually.
My Car? We need to watch
What
that
is that?
movie.
What's that? I think you've told me about
I've
it.
told you about
I've
it
heard
before,
about it.
so let me explain the plot of Dude, Where's My Car real quick.
Well, not the whole thing, because if
Just
we're
do-
gonna
just
watch
do
it,
like a quick thing.
synopsis.
Get us
Oof,
hooked.
how do you synopsize that movie? They
10
get
words or less. I'll give you 15. I'll give you 15.
no,
Nope,
I'm
10.
doing 10.
Oh, 10? We're doing 10.
Does crossfaded count as one word?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one.
Crossfaded, dementia, loses car, kidnapped by Gimp, alien revolution, disco.
And one to spare.
I got 10.
I got 9, so I got 9, so I can't count. Okay.
That,
Yeah, let's watch that movie.
Weird ass
You wanna watch
fucking
that
movie.
you want to know what you okay?
Oh, and
so-
zebras. Forgot zebras.
With my super toxic ex, you want to know what the first show we ever watched was?
Rick and Morty.
No.
Breaking Bad.
It was when we hadn't even met up in person yet. It was that fucking I can't remember the name of it, but it's the oh, fuck, I'll find it on Netflix, but it's that dude Happy. I think it's Happy. Is it called Happy? No. It fuck, let me see.
Happy Gilmore.
No. But it's like it's a movie show. It's a show. It's a TV show, and it's literally like what I was saying, where it's just shit that's weird for the sake of
Mhm.
being weird, and there's plot, but it's like barely there. And basically, the reason is the dude is just tripping on drugs the entire time to the point where he fucks his brain up so much that he has a flying purple and blue unicorn animated thing. It's a live action show,
Mhm.
but he has this animated thing that is following him constantly. I think it is called Happy. Hold on.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's called Happy. It's here. I'll put the like little graphic up on the screen.
I've never seen that.
Top right.
I've
Or top
never
left.
seen that.
Yeah, I like enjoyed it, but it also definitely like it's weird as hell. There is a whole scene where like for 13 minutes somebody there's a scene where like some dude is donating to a charity for orphans, and it's like a really wholesome scene, and then the very next scene is somebody like cutting someone's skin off and turning them
Holy
inside out,
shit.
and it shows you everything.
Lovely.
It shows them like alive screaming.
Oh my
And
god.
then there's another one where it shows a dude's like crotch that's been cut off, and he just pisses through like a tube because
Mhm.
his entire like, but it shows you it.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's a weird ass
Dude.
show. I don't even know if
Dude.
I'd recommend watching it because it is
I'm
some really
not gonna watch
disturbing.
I
that.
think I'm
imagery.
gonna watch
I'm
it.
not gonna watch that.
I think I'm gonna watch
And
it.
it's like I also
I'd
will
watch
say,
it with you guys.
yeah, I
Let's
think
just
we
be
should
really
do like a
clear, we should
watch
all-
party of it. Like,
Hold on, we have to watch Lamageddon together.
what's that?
Well, it's Lamageddon. like,
Okay.
it-
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Do you know it's a weird show that's really good though? It's like it's wacky, but it's kind of is the Midnight Gospel, bro.
I've
Have you
heard
guys?
of that.
It's
I've
it's,
heard
it's
of it, but I
it's
don't
a
know what it is.
cartoon show, and it's
Yeah.
this guy and I can't remember his fucking name, but all he does is he goes around to other dimensions and does podcasts in other dimensions and other wacky, fun, silly dimensions. And it's animated, but the way they did it is really cool. One, the Midnight Gospel is such a cool name for the show.
Really
It's
good
very
name.
wacky and zany, but the way they did it is this guy is the guy who voices it. He has a podcast in real life, and all they did is just take audio clips from that podcast and lay them out in different ways to just say whatever they were saying in the show.
That's really.
It's
cool.
really cool. You should all sit down. We should make a list of shows to watch over because like there's a bunch of stuff I want to do with you guys over the summer, and that should be something we do over the summer outside of podcast.
Dude, if we
and all
watch,
that, is
if
some
we all
shows.
watch Happy together, like one that would be good, like memory replacement. Because every time I think of that show, it's just fucking. No,
Yeah.
I can't even. I gotta be so honest because I watched that show when I was like 14, and like seeing some of the fucked up shit that they show in that show. Like I still have like trauma
Yeah.
responses to it. Like what? Like me just describing that dude inside
I did Reddit
out screaming.
50/50 when I was in like 6th grade.
Reddit
so.
50/50s are messed up, man.
I remember seeing some
Yeah.
fucked up.
Do you
I also
guys-
remember seeing some really funny stuff. Like there was one where it was like cute kitten or dude splits nutsack open in skateboard
I think I've seen that exact
Yeah,
same
I've
thing.
seen that exact
And
thing.
I've seen that
I'll be
exact same
honest.
thing.
I'll be honest. Sucks ass. Felt really bad. But the sound he made.
Dude, it's that video of that guy. He's on the top of like that swing set or whatever on the playground, and he kips up, and he slams his nuts into a thing. Have you guys never seen
I
that?
thought you were
Hold
going
on.
to talk about the dude who's on the skate park who does like the trick, and then like the skateboard snaps in half and he falls right on the
No.
middle
Also,
of the half
also we
pipe.
low key have to say goodbye.
Oh yeah,
like a
we're
minute,
gonna
yeah.
wrap here in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys after the thing. Okay. Dude, what was I gonna say? Do you guys feel quick? Do y'all feel desensitized to all
Definitely.
the stuff we've seen?
100%.
Because I was talking with my friend Zach, and he was just like, "Yeah, I had to break up with this girl. She was great and all that, but she was just too freaky for me, man." I was like, "Some pretty messed up stuff." He's like, "I don't know if you want to hear it." I'm like, "What?" And he's like,
She kissed me
"She
on the lips.
she wanted." He was like,
That's
he was like, she wanted me to like put a shock collar on her, and then all the other guys at the table were like, damn, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
I was like, I want to do it, but I was
and-
like, I was like,
Is
so what's the
that-
thing? He's like, that's it, and I'm like, I'm desensitized.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
so desensitized.
that's
Low-key,
not-
that sounds hot to me.
That's
Like,
I gotta be so honest. You said that, and I was like, "That's vanilla."
That's and literally,
Literally,
it's not that
like,
bad.
I
was like,
would
"That's
do
not
that and wouldn't
bad."
even call it a kink.
Oh, I'm not gonna
Uh-huh.
say
I
that
would
because my parents watch
what would
this
you
show,
consider a kink?
but like,
too?
your parents don't. You
What would
lucky
I consider
motherfucker.
Yeah,
a
like
kink?
what's a kink for you?
Well,
You
we gotta
have
wrap.
40
Hey,
seconds.
look, here's what we'll do. I'll talk about my kinks on the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode will be a
That-
kink
that'll be
episode.
opening
Kink
topic.
cast.
All right, guys, welcome back to the. Will you bye to the
Welcome
new?
back.
To the, goodbye from the new, improved, more
Yep.
chilled out
Yep.
TrailBlazers
Oh,
From
yeah.
now and forever.
ever. Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Peace.
Well, let me move the light real quick.